and as I said today, protecting your digital business. But please raise your hands first if you have heard about a company called Micro Focus. 2 guys working for us. And that's why I thought I might be telling you something about it. There used to be a company called like old Micro Focus, it's 40 years old. Then there used to be Hewlett-Packard software business, and that software business was spun off from Hewlett-Packard, and it got married with Micro Focus. And the new last family name is Micro Focus, new Micro Focus. So today we are one of the biggest software companies in the world. We are second biggest software company in Europe. We have around 15,000 people, and we have a huge portfolio of different kind of softwares. You might have seen some of the brand names that we own. You might have been using one of these softwares during the decades. I used to be a reseller of Novell, and I used to use Poland, and I used to do a lot of this stuff. So now I'm in the business of telling you about these technologies that we present. We are actually doing quite a lot of stuff. So there are things that people are developing software, and we are helping them to develop software with different kind of tools. We are helping them to do the IT operations. If you are managing your cloud environments, you're managing your data centers, we have special tools for that purpose. We help to do automation on the cloud. We do the security today. We have the information governance that will help you with things like GDPR compliance and other stuff. But today, the focus is here. We talk about a quick overview, not technical deep dive, but quick overview of these products, what we do with them. And then there is mentioned a couple of our big data products called Vertica and IDLE, which are embedded on these technologies if you use them. So, once upon a time, when I was working with the networks and network elements and stuff, the security was kind of a simple game. You kind of thought that if you install a VPN box or firewall, something like that, you are protected. And that's kind of still, sorry to say, that's kind of thinking that I still see in some companies. They are thinking about if they have some kind of network level visibility, network level penetration testing or something, they are safe. That's not quite the game here we are playing here today. It's kind of a new kind of chess game. You have to think about multiple levels and how to play this game in all these levels. It's about users, how the users are behaving in your environment, what the users are supposed to do and not supposed to do, or if someone is influencing your users to do wrong things and maybe even stealing the data. It's also understanding about the application. So today, breaches which are not happening on the network level. They're not happening on the operating system. 80 to 90% of the successful breaches are happening against the application. You have to protect your application. I know that there are things called next generation application firewalls and stuff, but you have to be careful there. When they say application firewall, they think about public applications like Facebook or Dropbox or something like that. When we say application, we are talking about your private applications, your own in-house built applications or other applications that you are doing to run your business. So protecting those is one of the most important things to do. And the data. At the end of the day, whatever you do, your data will be stolen somehow, sometime, someplace. So you need to protect the data in the way that you can use it, but even if it goes to the wrong hands, it's unusable for the hacker or the stealer. This is the marketing slide saying, yeah, if you are in IT business, you are a CISO or a CIO or something, this is kind of things that you have to handle today and taking care of your compliance things and make your things and start working as easy as possible. The real life is a bit like this. This is kind of the things that you should know in cybersecurity domains. And when there are people saying that, yeah, I'm a security expert, I always like to ask, okay, which one of these or all of these? I wouldn't dare to say myself that I would be expert in all of these. That would take a couple of the lifetimes to learn all of this stuff. So you have to choose your battle, you have to choose the level you're working with, and then you have to choose the right tools that you are going to implement the stuff. And there is a bottom-up strategy. I do agree that you need to have your certain stuff in the place. You will start having your firewalls, antivirus devices, the other stuff on the network level. And I guess everyone has done the network level security. You have bought the firewalls, you have bought the IPS devices, you have the other stuff on the places. And then it's time to move on the stack to the next level, thinking about how to protect your applications, how to protect data, how to comply, for example, GDPR saying that you need to detect and monitor what's happening in your environment, find the hackers, and do something about the things going there. And then my favorite thing, last layer, policy management, compliance, governance, risk management, training, and the culture of the company. Is everyone really doing what is expected security-wise? So, if you have technologies, the technologies are both because you have something important, or if you have something important. I mean, if you are two-people company and you are selling dog food, maybe no one is interested about hacking your business, maybe. If you are developing something new, you have a new groundbreaking technologies coming, yeah, somebody wants to steal that. If you are a bank, somebody wants to steal your money. If you are a government, the neighbor country might want to have your secrets and stuff. So you need to know what is your most critical asset, and you should spend your money protecting those assets. That's the only game you can play to make it sense. So for the reason, you need to know your enemy. You need to know in which business you are. And also saying, there is, as Jari was saying in the previous presentation, there is no silver bullet, there is no single solution that if you buy that one, every business and every organization will be covered. You really need to a little bit think about what you are actually protecting yourself, who is going to attack you, and when you know who is going to attack you, where they are coming from, and I'm not just saying geographically if they're attacking from the neighbor country or from outer Mongolia, they might be attacking inside of your company or branch offices and other places. And also, the challenging part is when. It would be easy to know that, yes, next week there will be an attack. I have my resources ready, and I will monitor and detect it, and I will prevent it. But no, it can happen like next minute or 5 years from now. And you have to be ready all the time, depending. So all of these things, they do succeed. And part of the story here on the slide is saying, maybe the industry has taught the people, maybe the companies has invested on the wrong places and wrong things and believing still that they are safe with those investments. Maybe it's now time to start thinking about going to the next level. And coming back to the thing, maybe the next level is about the users, the data, the applications that needs to be protected or at least monitored. Why we do have expertise to talk about these things is that we are the biggest organization in the world who is building SOC operations for anyone. So we have a public references like Microsoft. We have built all the SOC operations for the Microsoft. They are mostly operating themselves or hiring some other companies to do it for themselves. But we are helping them to build the processes and metering and other stuff, training and enabling. We have, I think the last number was about 15 different internal, external security organizations for government in Europe alone that we have helped to build this kind of operations. And we do monitor that kind of information every year, and we do publish this report saying if the companies are doing the right thing or wrong thing. And just to give you some measurement here is that in this maturity model, there are 5 levels from 1 to 5. None of these regions goes above 2. And that's why I'm saying we are in the bad shape. People are not doing the right thing. And this is the thing. People are buying these kind of screens. The guys who has the money will always say, yeah, do you have a pretty screens that I can see something happening? If you do have, then I give you the money. But anyone working with the security do understand that if I would be the hacker attacking, I wouldn't show my own address there. Or even if you see that there is someone attacking from Australia to your office, what would you do? Call the Australian embassy and say that, please tell your people stop attacking me? So yeah, they are pretty, but are they useful? Not likely. We have chosen technologies that we are promoting. We are doing the next level of thing, and one of the things is data security. We need to do the data security, the encryption and tokenization, pseudonymization, all these things. We need to do it better. We need to have the application security in place. We need to have the identity and access. This is the cornerstone for everything, that you know who has been authorized to do something. Endpoint security, and obviously operational security to understand what's going on there. So all these are tied together. We are using our own technologies, IDLE and Vertica, for machine learning and artificial intelligence. So if we turn those to the brand names, you might have heard one of those. Maybe, depends in which business you are. I would be surprised if you never ever have heard any of those. So let me explain a couple of those things. ArcSight is one of the first log management and CM technologies available in the market since 2001 or something, don't even recall. There is one older company called Sentinel, and we own that company too. So Sentinel and ArcSight both belongs to the same people. So if you have any Sentinel questions or ArcSight question, it would be me to go first. But anyhow, ArcSight today is a platform that can collect everything. Whatever machine-generated events there are, they can be collected. And when I say machine-generated, it can be like there's a sensor on the door of the rack. So anyone opening the rack door, it will be monitored and collected information. And it's not limited to security events anymore. It can collect, for example, IoT stuff. The platform here can collect 1 million events per second. One platform. And then you can have, obviously, extension of that. So, and it's based on the modern new technologies. So it's a big data lake, and you can connect our products onto that, but you can also use the competitive products to get them connected there. You can even go and have a business intelligence tools like Tableau or Qlik or something like that and connect there and get information, visualization out in that format for those people who are interested about seeing it like that. Obviously, we are saying that if you want to do things right in the security world, you need to have a CM, which is real-time alert, correlation and monitoring, and we have a great tools there. And then is the Investigate as a platform for those people who has this collection layer in place, for those people who has the CM implemented correctly. The next and last step should be hunting with Investigate. Fortify is a market-leading product for testing your application. So most of you guys do have a mobile device, and whatever brand that is, most likely applications and the operating system of the device has been tested with this solution. And the trick is, it will protect the applications. And let me show something. So there are a couple of things it can do. It will check the software when it's under development, or it can check the software when it's in the production running mode. So it will give you some kind of visibility and dashboards depending your role. So if you are like manager level, or if you are buying software someone, you can have a visibility at what has been found and what needs to be fixed when the project will be ready and that kind of stuff. But if you are actual developer, it will give you advice that what has gone wrong, and it will give you advice how to fix that immediately. And then you can choose and decide what part of the code you will fix in the time given for the project. So all the process means that this security development of the applications, the static code analysis will take your software code and will check that. And the good thing and the good news are that you don't have to actually invest anything. You don't have to buy a server or software or licenses. We can offer all these components from our cloud as a service. Testing one application one time, list price about 1,000 euros. Testing that same application unlimited times per year is about 4 times that 1,000 euros. And then, if you have people doing the manual penetration testing and other checking, they can be used to check the real complex things and stuff. Dynamic application testing here is for testing the applications which are in the production. So everyone is saying that, yeah, we have a penetration testing, or we have a partner who is doing the penetration testing for us. And when we are asking, they are saying, yeah, they are using Nessus or Qualsys or one of those to do the penetration testing on the network level for the network components and against the firewalls and operating systems. We do here application penetration testing. We take the output of that network scanning as input to our system, and then we start penetration testing of the application if there is something wrong with that one in the production. So it's a next level of penetration. And then we have a component that can do the real-time monitoring and or protection of application when it's up and running. Kind of, to simplify it, kind of a host level firewall for application. Identity management is a huge business what we do. So it's anything from managing the users inside company in general, or special super users or privileged users in the company, or it can be all the public users of the bank or website or something. Most of the time when you go to airlines and you have a Wi-Fi on the plane, the user management there behind is our system. So, and not only users, this system can also manage the authorizations of things, IoT devices, mobile devices, and other stuff. So it's a huge kind of family of systems depending which way you want to go, inside company, outside company, users, things, IoTs, stuff. And obviously also clouds included. Voltage, and this would be the biggest thing I would bet my money on. If I would be a security people in the company, this would be my first choice to do, because this is elegant and beautiful solution to do it. So people know encryption, and when we say encryption, they are usually thinking that, yeah, I have a VPN connection, or I have disk encryption or database encryption, something in place. This is encryption, but here we do encryption for data elements or data fields. This is well-used solution. So actually, top of my head, the numbers were that 9 out of 10 biggest banks in the United States is using. All the credit card processors in the United States is using this. The biggest telco in the United States is using this. The biggest telco in Europe is using this. Real-time protecting all the customer subscriber data. And how it works. This is normally the live clear text that you have. And if somebody steals that, you will be in the newspaper. Not a good thing. What we do, we take that information, we have AES encryption on that information, but the output looks the same as the original value. So the application doesn't know that the name or tax ID has been encrypted. The databases are not broken. They are still handling this as usual. And this has integration to Active Directory, for example. So you can say by user or by application who can see actual clear values fully or partially. It is just a virtual appliance. You need to apply, and you will get the management console to do the configuration. That's it. It's a stateless machine, so if you need multiple of these for high availability disaster recovery or something like that, you just copy the machine for multiple locations. If you want, and I recommend it, to have Active Directory or similar integration, and if you have HESM, then that's fine. Then you need to choose one or more tools. And just to give you an example is that fourth from the left would be command line tool. So you call the command line tool, say, this is my clear text input file. Please write me output file with the encryption values. And this is actually what healthcare of the United States Army is doing when they are dumping the healthcare data out of the database, encrypting and giving that for the big data for the universities to check out. And so there are multiple applications and places to utilize this, including the cloud data. So if you have applications in the cloud like Salesforce, we can protect the data there in the Salesforce too. So skipping that. TenWorks, managing the endpoints, and then a short couple word story of GDPR. The thing is, we have a full set of tools for managing the GDPR, and especially for GDPR, we can do the finding, classifying, and covering all the data. For finding, we can find any data. Any data in any format in your company can be found if it includes any GDPR or any other compliance data. When the data has been found, we can keep classifying it, and we can cover in the future what is done with that data. If you want to get rid of it, or if you want to put it on that backup tapes or someplace else. When that find, classify, and cover is done for GDPR, then I would recommend using our security solutions, protecting the data security voltage, or using the application security to prevent people breaching into your company and stealing the data in the first place. And obviously, you need to have security intelligence with the ArcSight family to detect and monitor what people are trying to do in your environments. So that kind of summarizes and leaves us 1 minute or something for questions, if any. If you have anything, don't have anything for now, Kalle back there, and I will be standing there at the corner of the